Fact, the facts of and you know, to be very honest, my thing show. In fact, I need you guys not to be too proud, full of pride, to like and subscribe. You dig? I'm gonna do a song today. What I call, we're gonna do an episode of what you wrote today. And this is just a, it's not the whole song, as you can tell. It's just 13 bars of a song I wrote called "Get Out Your Feelings," about me telling the woman about getting out of feelings, but also me getting out of my feelings versus everything in the world I have to deal with in the dailies. So here we go. I'm tired of feeling you're too insensitive. Get out your feelings. Why I'm feeling on your booty because it's so appealing. We all been scored of open wounds from love. Report from the thugs is wanna hit it. You feel me? But it's against them. My only intentions to wanna kill you. Maybe just because I can't accept you. Even though I ain't a scrub like LL, but still he love even though it's here. Like a woman not with a jip was given. I never bow my knees with no man who know the system. Dealing with dealings before I be submissive. Dang, I had it right. Let me do it right. Alright. I got this. It's easy. I'm tired of feeling you too insistent. Get out your feelings. Why I'm feeling on your booty because it's so appealing. We all been scored of open wounds from love. Apart from the thugs, just wanna hit it. You feel me? But it's against it. My only intention to wanna hear you. Maybe just because I just wanna sing you. Even though I ain't a scrub like LL, but I still need love. Even though it's hitting like a Illuminati with a gentle skipping. I never bow my knees to no man of no assistant. Dealing with dealing for I be submissive. They gon' have to keep me. Love is triggered by lust. The Lord's supposed to see you love giving. I love giving to the youth because I love tricking. Even though I'm a gangster, I swear it's the thug giving. They think you wanna love plenty, not love any, love many. So I put my trust in you because I couldn't trust women with lust in them. Unlike you, she different like liquor with buzz in it. That's where the buzz hit me. I grabbed the cup liquor. Why not? That's it. Now I also want to show artists you really can read off your pad in the booth, but you gotta really be like my boy said in the comment box. Like sometimes I be dry, I be frustrated, and that's when I couldn't do it. Or I wouldn't do it. I be like, I run through my rhymes easily. Like long story short, I run through so many rhymes easy when I'm reading on my pad, but sometimes it can be hard. Like Pac, it's like easy for poets to do it, but I see a lot of rappers can do it, but you can tell when they doing it, and it's cause they dry in a certain voices and certain parts. And it was times I was dry, but like, man, I just want to read this shit and get it out the way, let people hear it with the whoop. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, you gotta always practice enthusiasm, wordplay, cast charismatic, um, charismaticness. You have to practice these things and within your delivery, because if you don't understand practice makes perfect, you're not practicing perfect, then when you get in a booth, you could do it perfect, but eventually your ambitions start to leave you. So that's where inspiring artists, you know what I'm saying? But right now, there's only so much game I can give aspiring artists when I am one. So I feel like I don't really have too much of competition. Like dude said, like I read up on like well coming up, I read on poets like Shakespeare. Oh, I'm enthusiastic about reading Shakespeare shit because it's like a movie. You know what I'm saying? To the point what dude you said, like you feel like he like Shakespeare reincarnated. I used to think maybe it's a possibility that I might be Shakespeare reincarnated. Cause the shit I used to see Shakespeare do, I'd be like, that's fucking weird. But I get it. It's something I would do. Like I'm gonna tell you in this documentary, you might don't know Shakespeare did things to give him different insight into life and other spiritual realms that other writers did not have. Like one time I remember Shakespeare slept in a grave full of dead people and bones, skeletons. He slept like they used to have the cemeteries, but they had the cemeteries where they buried the bodies on top of the grounds and the skeletons still be in the grave, like in a grave. It was a grave cave. They used to have a grave cave. That's what the cemetery was. So instead of burying the bodies, they'll bury them like some of the bodies still be in skeletons, and they just been skeletons in the grave cave in the cemetery. And then you had some that were buried underground. Long story short, none of that shit scared Shakespeare. He's just sleep in the fucking cemetery. You know what I'm saying? Literally. I thought that was very brave. I thought it was like, man, I always, and I used to tell, remember, I said, you remind me so much of myself. I told me one time I was going to spend the night at the grave. And I forgot what grave I was going to spend the night. It was probably my granny or my homeboy. It was my homeboy. I said I was going to spend the night at his grave because we ain't just get to kick it that last time. Like we promised we going to kick it before he got killed. And I was like, I'm going to spend, everybody like, what? And I thought about who did that shit before? You know, since somebody did that. Did I do that? And I'm like, Shakespeare did this. Shakespeare did that. It's something about Tupac and Shakespeare. I love everybody always say Tupac reincarnated. I love Tupac. I am so much like you. As you could tell, pay attention to the delivery. Everything I study is Tupac. It's perfect. Like period. I used to be a Black Panther. But long story short, I said so much. What some people believe Tupac's still alive, so it would be hard for me to be. I wouldn't be a reincarnation of Tupac because I was alive when he died. Or it could be. But this will make it impossible because some people believe he's still alive. See what I'm saying? And I'm be honest, I might be one of those people that believe he's still alive. I'm just being honest with you. And long story short, Tupac will still forever be in our heart, whether you feel he's dead or alive. I'm just here to tell you this. Keep your enthusiasm. Don't let anyone cheat you out of your ambition. Nothing, period. Look, I just had over like down close to 80 subscribers. I'm almost gonna be at 200.